Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today here in YOUCANIC we have our 2018 Kia Soul, and say you need to replace your door lock actuator. Sometimes your alarm system won't work because it's not recognizing that it's been locked. So to start with, we've got this cover up here. Good pry tool, get in there, and then we just pop that cover off. Same thing here, we've got our little hook tool or a small screwdriver where we're going to get in behind there to remove this cover plate as well as the one that is in the bottom of the where you put your hand to close the door. Okay, and we got two P2 screws to remove. Now once those are removed, we now work our way around popping all the clips that hold on the door, and we're able to pull the door away and pull it up to get it to remove. Once we get it popped up, there's going to be some connections to undo on the back, being electrical and the wires that come in here. Start right down here in the middle. There is an indent where you can get your prying tool in there and be able to work your way around. Pop all the clips all the way around. Once you've gone ahead and popped all those clips, now you'll be able to just raise the door up a little bit. Then you reach down in here. You just press a tab to remove that. So I'm just trying to unhook the electric to the door, and that's how we get that undone. So let's start by undoing the electric connector by pressing the tab here on the right side and being able to unhook that. Undo these 4 bolts or screws, and they are a T20. Undid the 4 screws, and now we can be able to pull this out. We've got some weather stripping here. We're just going to pull this out. It'll make it easier when we go to remove the glass itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this motor. And once we remove the motor and pop it out, then we'll be able to, just with the speaker that has been removed, we can push the glass up and get the 2 bolts out here that hold the glass in, and then we can pull the glass out through the. So we squeeze that clip together, undo that. Now we're going to undo these 3 bolts that are at a size 10. And we're going to push up the window. Like I said, be careful to watch that it doesn't pop or move out. Now we've got the window up where we have the bolts lined up where we can undo them. Lost the screw, so we'll do that. The front one is a screw that goes all the way through. Now you'll be able to pull the window up, tilt it to the tilt it a bit, and be able to pull the whole window and remove it out. So to get to there, let's go ahead and first we'll loosen these 3 bolts here. We'll loosen this and remove. These 3 bolts here are a T30. Okay, we've got those 3 bolts removed, set them aside, and now we're going to pop this cover here, undo the bolt that's in there, and then be able to remove the exterior door handle. So you're going to use a pry tool or a small screwdriver to be able to get this plastic cover off. Then you're going to back out this screw slash bolt, a 10mm bolt, or just a Phillips screwdriver. And you just back it all the way out, and it'll stop. It has a groove that holds the bolt in place right there, and so the bolt will stay right there. Pull this handle out a little bit, and you'll be able to remove the door lock cylinder. Then you just take this handle, move it straight backward, and that's how you remove the exterior door handle. And then in that component, we need to undo this bolt. We don't need to undo it completely, we just want to loosen it a little bit, enough. It wasn't completely necessary to remove this bolt, but we did, and that way now we can push that in, and that's all free. So when we undo the other inner portion of the door handle, we will be able to that back in. So whether this stays on the top here and comes out so that this will push in and slide out, or you just take the whole bolt out. So now we're to this point. Now we've got electric lines to undo, or to free up to space. You just clip these, press these clips together and pull them out so that this electric will come out, because you're going to transfer this to your new door panel. So we just undo that electric connector by squeezing the yellow tab in. We'll undo this electric connector up here that goes to the mirror. Okay, we got those. You'll pop this little cover. Just gives you some more freedom there. And then this one, same thing. We are going to feed all of this back to that hole. So now we're going to undo the bolts that go all the way around, and then be able to pull the whole panel out. Okay, we've got all the bolts removed, and now we'll be able to pull on this side a little bit. One little tab here that's holding this up. There we go. Once you get that this tab here is holding this up, you just get that free, then you'll be able to start by removing, get the space needed to remove all of this component. Last thing you need to adjust, there's an electrical connector here that we're going to undo by pressing the tab together, unwinding this all, one more clip on the back, and now you'll be able to run this wire back through here, run all this wiring back through here. Same thing, we've got some clips here at the bottom to undo, pressing together, and that is the whole door panel removed. So when you're replacing the door lock actuator, it is this component right here. This is the piece that attaches to the exterior handle. That would be a whole separate component, as well as this piece of plastic stays with part of the vehicle. Now you can move this tab, and then this whole piece will move and come undone. And we pull that out, and then we've got these rubber grommets also pull out, as well as the individual connections here for the door handle itself if we're replacing the door lock actuator itself. Okay, and those you just pop the clips here, right? And now if you spin them sideways, you'll be able to get these to come undone out of the clip, and then be able to pull the whole unit off of the vehicle. Like I said, so it's going to cut, when you buy a door lock actuator, it's going to be just this component. So you'll need to undo this line here, And we'll get into the process of unhooking it from down there by pressing these tabs here, one on each side, and pushing the connection back. There we go. Once you're able to get those pressed enough, through enough, then you'll get them out. Then you'll be able to pop this cover, or pop this cable. And now you spin it and you're able to disconnect it from there. And then this, like I said, this won't come on part of your door lock actuator. And so you'll just press this tab down and be able to pull this plastic piece back. As well as this one on the bottom, and then pull that and remove that piece, and then you will take a new door lock actuator that will look similar to this to be able to replace. And so then once you've got that, you can go back through the process of reattaching your components that you removed from the old one. This is just showing you how it's done. This unit is still good, but when you buy a new one, if you need to, this is how it's done. There we go. So we've snapped that piece back on. Now you've got this one. We'll want to hook the line back up just by dropping it in there, pushing it back, and then we bring it up. And get it in that little channel there and press it into place. And now we're going to take this and you're going to snap them back together. Take your line, put it in right there. Take this line, put it in right there. And then reattach this to the portion that holds the window regulator, is the window regulator. And of course you'll need to slide the two lines through the hole here along with their rubber boots, and then line this channel in there until it snaps on. And that is the replacement of your door lock actuator. And the last thing is you'll want to re-put this clip back on so that you can reattach this to the inner door handle to be able to undo it. So we go in the reverse of the way we took it off, and see we've got a larger size on the bottom. And so that way we know that it goes, which way it goes and which one goes where. You get that in there, snap that in there, do this same with this one. Okay, got it in there, and snap that together. And that is that door handle piece put together, as well as our door lock actuator. And then you would go ahead and put the rest of this back on the vehicle. So we're gonna drop all this electric through the hole here. And once you get it up to that boot there, then we know we can push this connection into the bottom there, as well as the one that goes into the speaker portion, and this holds this wire right here below where the window runs. Now we will move it over here, be able to press this in here, or weather stripping where it's supposed to be. We can press this in here, work our way up, and then make the connection through the door lock actuator. And now we can put that all on. We've got the electrical connector on the back. On this side, we've got those connected back there. Now we can put the 10 bolts back in to be able to attach this and finish up our process of replacing all of this. Okay, so all of those are tight. Then we just have some more electric lines to be able to clip on there where they need to go. Same thing over here. Just kind of follow the route. All in together. This goes into the door, so we're good there. Things ran pretty well. So now we'll want to put the 3 screws in here, the tapered screws. The tapered screws, they're a T30. So we have this bolt that goes in here to hold the exterior door handle on, or the component that holds this the interior portion of the door. Okay, so we're going to put this cover piece on first, like that. We're going to take our handle, the handle in at an angle, and we get it in and just pull it straight forward. Now you take the standard door lock component, which is your door lock actuator. You have to do a little bit to make sure you get it to line up inside the hole to go in there. And then you'll tighten this screw, which holds it all together. And you'll take your little cover piece, if you have it, and snap that back into place. And so that is the reinstall of the window regulator and all the electric components that need to go together. Now, since we don't have the window in yet, we could go ahead and we'll put the window motor back on. That will hold it there, so when we drop the window down, this doesn't move up or down. So you're just going to take your window motor right here, line the splines up, the motor like that, install the 3 bolts that hold the motor on. Yep. And make sure you make your electric connections so you don't forget that, and you get it all put back together, and then your window doesn't go up and down. So the way you're going to put the glass in is you're going to take it and you're going to drop it with its front nose down a little bit inside there, and then you'll be able to straighten it out and get it lined up in the grooves, and then let it just drop down in there. We have our bolts here. We want to make sure that this one, the clamp, because this one clamps it, that we're slid into the clamp, and then this one, you want to, it's where a bolt just goes straight through and holds into the window itself. So we'll start this bolt here. Which is a size 10. Right, got that installed in place. And so then you'll just want to reinstall your speaker if you removed it. And you reinstall this with the 4 screws. They are a T20. So we'll take this, and this is just as simple as pressing it in there and snapping that into place. Double check that. And then we have this electric connector, the one to hook up to the master, and then the other one that hooks up for mirror adjustment. Okay, those are hooked up. Now you'll just bring this up more at an angle, press this into the weather stripping, and then just snap, work your way around, pressing all of the clips in, snapping those into place, and then we have the one Phillips screw to put down in here and put the cover back on. One Phillips screw here and put that cover back on. And we just put that little cover piece back in there. Then we line this up, press it in, it snaps into place. And the last piece you have on putting on this interior door panel is that you will line this up and snap that into place. And that is the replacement of your inner door panel after you've done any work inside that you needed to. Speaker, master switch, window regulator. So thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the